Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kid Lee, and day 2 of E3 2014 has come to a close. So this video is going to be all about the games that I got to see on day 2. So I'll be going into as much detail as I can, and we'll be throwing in some gameplay along the way. So I've got a little bit of a notepad that I've taken some notes on. So I'll basically just be going over that. So let's kick this off with a new IP by the name of No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky is an upcoming science fiction game being developed by Hello Games. This is a universe that has a lot of danger. Everyone starts on their own planet that is on the outside ring of the galaxy, and players are able to work their way in. People work together to explore and uncover what is in the universe and what are on all of the planets. There is both ground and space combat. For ground combat, the game is a first-person shooter. For space combat, you'll get to customize your own space fighter. There are all kinds of different spaceships, both good and bad, from freighters to pirates. In space, you'll be fighting, trading, making alliances, and exploring. On the ground, fighting creatures, finding resources, and exploring is the name of the game. The game does feature multiplayer, but with things being so spread out, running into other people could be rare. No Man's Sky has been a very hot game at E3 so far. So, No Man's Sky will be coming out for the PS4, PC, and does not have a release date yet. Next, we'll move on to Borderlands the PreSequel. Borderlands the PreSequel is an upcoming first-person shooter being developed by 2K Australia. This game takes place between Borderlands 1 and 2, and for the first time, players make their way onto the moon of Pandora. There will be 4 all-new Vault Hunters. The game now features an oxygen meter that slowly goes down as you play the game. You will get oxygen containers from killing enemies, and there are oxygen-like veins in the moon. It would also seem that Handsome Jack is once again the main enemy for the game. There is also a new weapon type in lasers. So Borderlands the PreSequel is coming out for PC, PS3, Xbox 360 on October 14th, 2014. Next, we'll jump over to Sunset Overdrive. Sunset Overdrive is an upcoming open-world third-person shooter for the Xbox One being developed by Insomniac Games. As I just sort of mentioned, this is an open-world third-person shooter in a post-end-of-the-world setting. The game features a fast-paced, free-running, and sliding mechanic. You are able to customize your character's look and appearance to meet your grindhouse style. The game has an amp system that you can attach to your character and to your weapons to further customize your experience. As you perform stunts, you build your style meter. This will allow you to activate your amps for more powerful attacks. Multiplayer is also featured in Sunset Overdrive. Chaos Squad is an 8-person co-op mode that takes place in the open world. Your team will choose what missions to partake in, and as you complete missions, you will work your way up a quest tree. Next up is Battlefield Hardline. Battlefield Hardline is an upcoming first-person shooter being developed by Visceral. The game features a whole new variety of gameplay that breaks away from the traditional Battlefield game modes. For single player, or the single player campaign, the plot revolves around a young Miami police detective. For multiplayer, the new game modes are Heist Mode, Rescue Mode, Hotwire mode, and Blood Money mode. These will support up to 32 players online. Now, getting away from the soldier gameplay could be a high risk for the Battlefield series, so we will see if it pays off. Battlefield Hardline is coming out for the PC, PS3, PS4, Xbox One, and Xbox 360 on October 21st, 2014. Next up, according to my notes here, we have got The Order 1886. The Order is an upcoming action-adventure game being developed by Ready Dawn Studios. The game is set in an alternate history London where an old order of knights keep the world safe from half-breed monsters. The game is very story-driven and has linear progression. The world is very dark and gritty and is one of the best-looking PS4 games that is out there. There is no multiplayer, but I have to say that the game reminds me a lot of the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. So it's definitely one to keep your eye on. The Order 1886 is going to be a PS4 exclusive and will come out February 20th, 2015. Next up, we have got Civilization Beyond Earth. Sid Meier's Civilization Beyond Earth is an upcoming turn-based 4X game in the Civilization series being developed by Firaxis Games. The game takes place 200 years after present day as you are forced to settle on a new planet after some kind of major disaster. Like in other civs, you will choose your civ and a leader, but in this game you also have to choose your cargo, the kind of ship you want to take off in, and the people you want to take with you to this bold new world. You will arrive on the planet first, then the other civs will show up later and land in random places. The tech tree is now web-based. It's no longer like straight lines like in the previous Civ games. Aliens are also full enemy factions. They're not like the barbarians. They're more like another Civ, but then again, they're not another Civ, so it's a little confusing on that. Each time you play a planet, it will be different, and there are actually 3 different planet types. And I could be wrong on this, but I don't think you're able to actually choose, I want this planet type or this planet type. I think it's random, but don't quote me on that. And you don't necessarily unlock new unit types. In this one, instead, you have to upgrade them. The game will have the standard victory conditions that we've seen in the previous ones, but there's also new ones, like Transcendence, where you discover that the planet is actually a sentient being, so that's kind of funny. There's Warpgate, where you create a wormhole and send troops back to Earth to conquer it, or sort of the opposite, which they're calling Promised Land, where you build the gate wormhole and actually bring the people to you. But that's pretty much the wrap-up on Civilization Beyond Earth. It is a PC exclusive, and it's going to be released sometime this year, fall 2014. Next up is another very hot game for E3, and personally, I've been waiting for a good Lord of the Rings game for a long time, and this might just be it. So we've got Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor. So Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor is an upcoming action role-playing game set in the Lord of the Rings universe and is being developed by Monolithic Productions. The timeline for this game is set after The Hobbit, yet before Lord of the Rings. Players will play as a ranger with wraith-like abilities by the name of Talon. The game allows people to create new characters and customize Talon as he starts his journey through Mordor by using a new system called the Nemesis system, which remembers a player's interactions with specific types of characters they will encounter in the game and adjust the manner in which these characters will react to the player throughout the game. Enemies also develop as Talon interacts with them. The Nemesis system works both ways. If an enemy kills you, they will then get promoted and get stronger. The enemies that you control, you can send them out on missions, or you can even have them like betray and attack their friends. Gameplay-wise, you could say it's a cross between sort of Assassin's Creed and the Batman Arkham series, and this is an open world setting. There's also a Vendetta multiplayer mode, which I have not really got too much information on. I just know that it's there. But Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor is coming out for the PC, PS3, PS4, Xbox One, and Xbox 360 on October 7th, 2014. So yeah, this year. And finally, the last game that I got to see for day 2 was Destiny. And for those who don't know, Destiny is an upcoming action role-playing first-person shooter game in a mythic science fiction open-world setting that is being developed by Bungie and published by Activision as part of a 10-year story arc. Destiny is set 700 years into the future in a post-end-of-the-world setting. Destiny will center around the journey of the Guardians, the last defenders of humanity, set to protect Earth's last city. Guardians will be divided into 3 distinct races. The players will also be able to choose a class to go alongside their race. The 3 classes available will be the Hunter, the Warlock, and the Titan. The game's style has been described as an always-online first-person shooter that will incorporate MMO elements. The game will feature random public events and a weapon upgrading tree system. This is a big project for Bungie. Destiny is set to be one of the most expensive games ever made, and Bungie has emphasized that the world of Destiny will be alive. Events may happen in-game that are not necessarily controlled or planned by the developers, which will help to create a dynamic developing experience for Bungie and a dynamic playing experience for the gamers. So that's all I've got for day 2. If anybody has any questions about these games or any other games for what's going on here at E3, definitely shoot me an email, leave a comment below, and I will try and answer those for you guys. I may even do a Q&A video if I get enough. But it's time to head off for day 3. Lots more good stuff for today. So definitely check out my videos over the next couple of days. So with that being said, everybody keep playing and have fun.
Don't waste any more